What is up, YouTubers and lovers of budget cars and bikes? Welcome back to the channel and to another product review. You may have noticed we've been doing quite a few product reviews over the last few weeks because, we've been reaching out to companies and they've been reaching out to us to have a look at their products. Stuff that I need, stuff that I think I can really use in my daily business, as it were, although this isn't really a business per se, but stuff that I know that I'm going to use in the future and is useful in that respect. Talking of which, I have had one of these in my watch list on eBay for the last couple of years. I kid you not, because I could never get my head around the whole torque wrench system, as it were, and although I just kind of wing it like I'm sure a lot of us do, you should really be thinking about torque settings when you're looking at engine mounts and that kind of stuff. So I had one of these in my watch list for a couple of years, umming and ahhing about it, and then this company reached out to me off eBay. I'll stick their link in the description and a link to this product as well, so you can check it out for yourself. They reached out and said, look, do you want to review one for us? Sure, no problem at all. As I said, I've been thinking about it for a while. This one is made by a company called Neilsen, and we're going to take a quick look at it today. So straight out of the box, what do you get? You get your ½ inch, you get your quarter, and you get your 3/8 as well, which is bloody useful, which means you can basically get to the smaller bolts, which is going to be useful because, as I said, if you've got a torque wrench, generally speaking, they come in ½ inch or 1/4 inch, so you've got to buy two or adapters and all that kind of stuff, but it's all here in this box, which I think is a nice little extra you get in there. And as I said, it's a tiny little box. I mean, if you see the size of the ratchet there, a torque wrench is about twice that size, so you've got to carry that around plus the adapters, or you can just carry this around, which I think is a much simpler solution. Here's the user manual as well. Typical user manual. It's a bit of a kind of a Chinese one, and I mean, I'm not slating it, I'm just saying because it's very basic. You can read it, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, so I'm hoping me showing you today is going to make far more sense. So if you're thinking about buying one of these, or if you've got one and never worked out how to use it, I'm hoping today I'm going to be able to show you how simple this thing is and how bloody useful it is and all. Now, I've set it up on the ratchet so it's solid on the countertop here, because otherwise it tends to flop about a little bit, and you can then see exactly what you're working with here with it on a ratchet. First thing you'll notice is the kind of control panel, as it were. You've got a plus, an arrow, a T, which I'm not entirely sure what that means, and a U, which is for your units. There is where the battery slots in there. Generally speaking, when these come, they have a little kind of plastic strip on the bottom here, and you just kind of tug that out, and that activates the battery, because in the world we live in these days, you can't send things with batteries, so they have to kind of blank them off a little bit. But you can change the batteries here, obviously, by just removing this screw if you need to. And there is the speaker as well, which gives you an audible and a visual, obviously, with the screen. You get an audible sound when you're getting close to where you need to be with your torque values, and it's bloody loud as well. So if you're working in a garage environment, or maybe even at the side of the road and there's a lot of noise going on, you get the visual display to tell you how close you're getting and when you've got to where you need to be. But you also get this quite loud buzzer noise here as well, which we'll demonstrate in a second. So to turn this on, all we do is we press the M button just up here. It auto calibrates every time you turn it on, again with a visual and an audio beep. As soon as it beeps like that with the red light, you know it's auto calibrated. You don't need to wear anything. It's at absolute zero, as it were, so that's really useful. As we were explaining just now with this kind of control panel down here, the U here makes it very simple for you to change through all the units that this will do. I do believe it does, if I can just zoom in on there, kilograms per centimetre, it does foot-pound, it does newton meters. I mean, I'm hoping you guys can see that it's not too blurred. It's all in the instruction manual anyway, but me, as I'm sure you, will probably end up using the newton meters far more than anything else, or foot-pounds at all. The rest of it's nice to have, but I don't think in the UK at least we'll probably use any of those other functions, but they're there if you need them. The other thing that this will do as well, I'm hoping that's focused in on there, is if you press the power button just once, ever so quickly, like I'll show you now. Just press that once, and it has a backlight just in there. I'm hoping you can see that, which I think again is a very useful function in the respect that if you're inside an engine bay or it's getting a bit dark, winter months, etc, you can keep an eye on the display as well with the backlight, which you don't get that obviously with a general Torx wrench that you would buy, the traditional ones. So that's a nice little added function, I think. So let's get in here and have a look and see what's going on with the rest of this control panel, the plus, the arrow, the T and the U, obviously the units, and this changes the values for where you need to be. I'm going to have to twist this around a little bit as we go through, so bear with that noise. It's probably quite annoying, but if we press the plus button just here, you can see it takes us into the settings. We've got presets between 0 and 9. We'll just go through those. I've already set up a couple of these, but I'll show you how to do that anyway. All very simple. We've got what I'll try to do is I will use this preset number 0.28. Yeah, we'll use that one. Number 5, or is there a better one? Yeah, 2.1. So that's 2.1 Newton meters. Now, once you've gotten into there, all you do is you press the T button, and in the top left corner, you'll see that'll change to this little button over here. Now, that's already set. I'm going to try to do this one-handed for you, and you'll see exactly how this works. So as we go through, hopefully I can do this. There we go. So whatever that was set at, 2.1 I think it was, there you go. It's all, once that light goes red like that, you know you're exactly where you need to be. You get the audio and the visual beep. That was set for 2.1 just purely because I can only turn it a little bit one-handed. But I will show you how to change that for yourself. So you've got your presets, you can always change them as well. So it's not a big problem. But if you use the same kind of, if you're doing the same kind of job a lot, as in brake discs or wheels on cars, that kind of stuff, you can set it to where you need to be. Then you go through your presets, pressing the little plus button over here, and as you can see, you go through all of these. Number 6, number 7, we'll pick a blank one if we can find one. There we go. Sorry, I'll have to turn that round again. If we go through here, then the first thing we need to do is press the arrow button. That will get the first button going. We'll change that over to there, but we also need to press the unit button to get us over to Newton meters. So then we press the plus button, so we're going to have a +1. Then the arrow button over here, we'll press that to 1.1. Once you've got to where you need to be, this is just an example, you press the T button again like so until the top left arrow comes in up here, which should be now, there you go, and then we'll just twist it, and there we are. That is as simple as it is, basically. I'm really hoping, let me just turn that around again so you can see it. I'm really hoping that has explained how these little things work, because I've watched videos and I've looked online and I've looked on the instruction manual, and I could not quite get my head around how simple this is until I'd worked it out, and I've made this video just for you guys to explain how simple it is and how useful these things are. Because the only videos I found online were either in Spanish or French or Chinese, and they didn't really explain how you set the values into here. So as I said, I'm really hoping that helps. We're going to pop out to the bike, I'm going to get the cover off, and we're going to loosen up the rear shock and then tighten it back up to 28 Newton meters, which is where it needs to be, and give you a practical test and demonstration of how this works. So here we are, guys. As you can see, I'm going to do the rear shock on this Bonneville over here. So all we do is literally turn the button on, it will auto calibrate as I said, and then we will go to the plus button just down here to get to exactly where we need to be in the presets, which is set at preset number 1. Then simply press the T over here until you see that light come on just there to show you to use it. And I'm hoping now we're going to just get in here and we're going to tighten this up to 28 Newton meters as was the specification from the user manual. So bear with me. So if my theory is correct, we should be able to just do this up as I said, and it should give us a nice audible beat. I'm hoping you guys can see that over there as it's going up and down. So let's get this tightened up. It will turn around, which is why you need the beep, I guess, in that respect. I'm not sure there's a way to change that. So as we go up and up, we're now, you can't see this, but we're now on 16, and it's starting to beep. 28.1, and that is exactly, let me see if I can turn that round for you a little bit. I might have to pull that out, sorry about this, guys. And you should be able to see that is exactly where it needs to be at 28.1. So I'm hoping that really has helped. So there it is, guys, the digital torque wrench adapter from Neilsen, which I got sent out from eBay. I will stick the link for the shop for this in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Lovely bunch of guys, and I think you'll agree, a really, really useful thing to have in your arsenal, in your toolbox, as it were. Kind of negates the whole need for one of those great big hulking torque wrenches. And I love the audible factor on this, as in, you know, as soon as you're getting close to where you need to be, it starts beeping at you. And I'm hoping you'll see how simple this is to use, because as I said, there's not many videos out there, in English at least, that tell you how to use this and how to set it up, or any kind of tutorials. So as I said, I'm hoping this has helped, and if it has, please consider subscribing, give the video a thumbs up, like, share, all that kind of stuff. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well, because we do have an Instagram and dedicated Facebook page, which is growing by the day. You'll get sneak peek kind of stuff on there as well, upcoming projects that you don't see on YouTube. You'll get to see that. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you will see stuff that other people don't see, and you'll see it nice and early. So like I said, like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. I really hope this has been useful to you, and we'll catch up in the next product review or the next video, which will be coming this Saturday. Alright guys, take care and thanks for watching.